Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever printed a sublimation design and been disappointed by dull colors, streaks, or inaccurate shades, you're not alone. Getting the best sublimation print quality isn't just about the printer, it's about having the right settings. In today's video, I'll show you how to adjust your sublimation printer settings to ensure vibrant, high-quality prints every single time. I'll walk you through paper type, print quality, color correction, and troubleshooting settings so you can get perfect results without wasting ink and blanks. Before we get started, make sure you visit my website, link in the description below, or search for my brand Color Vistas online for more resources. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more similar videos. Now, let's get into it. One of the most important settings you need to adjust is paper type. Most sublimation printers, whether it's a Sawgrass, Epson EcoTank, or Brother SP1, don't automatically know that you're using sublimation paper. If you leave the setting on plain paper, the printer will lay down less ink than needed, leading to faded colors. To fix this, go into your printer settings and set the paper type to Premium Presentation Matte or Photo Matte. This tells your printer to deposit more ink, which results in richer, more vibrant colors after pressing. If your printer doesn't have this exact option, choose the closest matte or heavy paper setting available. Now, let's talk about print quality. By default, many printers are set to standard or normal print mode, which reduces the amount of ink used to speed up printing. This might be fine for regular documents, but for sublimation, we need to maximize ink coverage. Before printing, go into your settings and select High Quality or Best Quality. This ensures full saturation and prevents washed-out designs. However, keep in mind that higher quality prints take longer to print and use more ink, so make sure to print only what you need to avoid waste. Another setting that often gets overlooked is color correction. If you've ever noticed that your prints look too red, too dull, or completely different from what you see on your screen, your printer may be automatically managing colors, which doesn't always work well for sublimation. If you're using a Sawgrass printer, the Sawgrass Print Manager automatically optimizes colors for you, so you don't have to adjust this manually. However, if you're using a converted Epson EcoTank printer, you'll need to make some changes. Go to your printer's settings and look for color correction. Change it from automatic to custom and select Adobe RGB with a gamma of 2.2. This setting helps preserve accurate colors and prevents the printer from making unnecessary adjustments. Now, let's go one step further and talk about manual color correction. If you want to fine-tune your colors without using an ICC profile, you can manually adjust the cyan, magenta, and yellow levels to match your sublimation blanks. For example, if your prints tend to look too dull, increasing the saturation by 10 to 15% can help. If reds look too orange, try reducing the yellow slightly. These adjustments take some trial and error, but once you get the settings dialed in, you can save them as a preset and use them every time you print. Speaking of presets, let's talk about saving your settings. Instead of adjusting everything manually every time, most printers allow you to save your settings as a preset. This is especially useful if you print on different materials, like shirts and tumblers, since different surfaces absorb ink differently. To save a preset, go to your print settings, adjust everything to your preference, then look for an option to Save Preset or Add Custom Settings. Name it something easy to remember like Sublimation shirts or tumblers, and next time you print, you can select it with one click. Now let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes people make, forgetting to mirror their image. Sublimation is a heat transfer process, meaning that text and images need to be flipped horizontally so they appear correctly when pressed onto a blank. Some design programs like Photoshop and Canva allow you to mirror the image before printing, but if your software doesn't, you can enable the mirror setting in your printer preferences. Simply check the box that says Mirror Image or Flip Horizontally, and you'll never have to worry about backwards designs again. Another setting to be aware of is bidirectional printing. sometimes called fast printing. While this speeds up print times, it can also cause streaks, uneven ink application, and color banding. To get the best quality, go into your printer preferences and uncheck bidirectional printing. This forces the printer to print in one direction, which takes longer but improves color accuracy and reduces streaking. If you ever notice grainy prints or missing colors, your print head might be clogged. This happens when sublimation ink dries in the nozzles, especially if you don't print regularly. To prevent this, make sure to print at least once a week to keep the ink flowing. If you're already dealing with clogged print heads, try running a nozzle check and head cleaning cycle from your printer's maintenance menu. If that doesn't work, printing a solid color purge file can help push out dried ink and restore print quality. Now let's talk about paper placement. Always load your sublimation paper with the coated side facing up or in the correct direction based on your printer's setup. If you're unsure which side is printable, do a quick fingernail scratch test. The printable side will have a slightly rough texture, while the back will be smooth. Finally, let's go over some temperature and pressing settings, since print quality doesn't just depend on the printer, it also depends on how the ink reacts to heat and pressure. Most sublimation projects press at 385 to 400 degrees F for 45-60 seconds, but it's always best to check the manufacturer's recommendations for your blanks. If you find that your prints look too faded, try increasing the temperature slightly or adjusting the pressure on your heat press. By setting up your printer correctly, mirroring your designs, and making small adjustments when needed, you'll be able to achieve bright, professional-looking sublimation prints every time. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. You can visit my website, link in the description below, or search for my brand Color Vistas online for more resources. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more similar videos. See you in the next video.